Master. Clepali suome kanyo ake Sktv benyo. Sema cheni tina ke asema jamu. Enji sano muni emu aye yo. Enji lofa mui emu aye yo.
Sktv the best in Liberia. Sktv the best in Africa. Sktv the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanakli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanakli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena nakagi ya tumale, Sktv, ena nakagi ya tosi wako maya tumale,
Sktv the best in Liberia. Sktv the best in Africa. Sktv the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We study for podcasts and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, the San to Backbaloo, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv the best in Liberia. Sktv the best in Africa.
And in the Sktv, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, for a matter of fact, Sktv always the best because while we bring you all of the happening, we bring you all of the latest news, we bring you all of the facts. You know, for us here, we don't take side. We give you all of the news, things happen, things that fall out there to our people, especially Mama Liberia. So they give folks what they want to say the pleasant. Go evening, wet Wednesday evening, for a matter of fact. Today is the 3rd of September, the 9th month, and the year we meet the same 2025. What I want to say the pleasant go evening. To those of you who just joining us, indeed, let me say thank you. Thank you so much. As you can see behind, you will see your watch. Those of you who are watching, that's a kind of a technology, how far now we are gone when it comes to the issue of setting up our network, especially when it comes to broadcasting. Our CEO, dynamic CEO, Honorable IKB, they're not making anything, you know. Even though we'll bring you some of the internal member coming from GSA, you know, talking about skin tight and so forth. But let me give it out to our own boss, Liability. Let me say thank you so much, boss, for the job well done. Indeed, you know, for me, for young people to behave, you know, when you are given opportunity to serve, you know, you serve well. So that the day you know, when you are not around, or in fact, when you are no more into that positions, people will begin to say, yes, indeed, when this person was serving in these positions, you know, they perform, you know, that's what we talk about. No matter how many degrees, no matter how many maybe education you have, your performance speaks volumes. You know, your performance, what you do, the kind of impact you make in the life of people speak volume. And some of us today, we are witness. Let me tell some of you, you know, sometimes when you are alive and that special person been so good to you, or in fact, been that person who always seeing all of the best in you, you got to give it out to them and tell God, thank you for everything. So some of us today that you are seeing is not magic. It's not magic. Sometimes the issue with some of you is that you see life like you want for everything to just happen right away. No. The issues about, you know, the book people, they call perseverance, consistency, and the issue of being humble, being respectful, hardworking, no matter what happens, we tell you that we don't have issues. Every one of us as human, we have issues, we have problems, but at the end of the day, guess what? Even the person to you hoping on to solve your problem, that person to have their own life situations. That, for example, what happened yesterday evening with that lady who chopped the fingers of that 10 years old little girl. And the husband and her today, they impressing. So you see how the whole life look. People have their own life to deal with. So that's why sometimes even if you call and the person respond to you, don't get vexed. If you text and you didn't get any answer at that moment, don't get vexed. Sometimes this thing happens as a way of seeing your level, the way you handle situations, the way you respond to things. But again, folks, what I want to say, the pleasant good evening. Let's share the show. Those of you who joining us, I want to say thank you so much for joining us. Let's share the show. So many things to talk about. We will be having one of our guest panelists, even though we give the invitations, but they have their own issues, and they say, maybe no, one of our brother will be with you today, or will be with you people on the show to talk some of the international issues, especially when it comes to the student body politics, especially at UL. You will not go too deep, but we just talk a little thing because there are so many things happening, especially national and the issue of education back home, how we see education and so forth. So the team will join us very soon. Okay, Brother Ali is here already. Let's share the show, people. Brother Ali is here. We'll bring our guests on. Our guest panelists are bringing on today. But let's share the show, people. If you just joining us, Brother Ali, good evening.
Mabel, good afternoon from my end. Can you hear me?
Yes, my dear brother, I'm getting, even though the weather condition here from our end is not too cool, so maybe you will see that I will be like maybe little bit, maybe something will happen between the land, but I'm okay.
Oh, thank God. And good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. Glad to be here again. How's our country? How Mama Liberia? Mabel?
Yes, indeed, sorry. So I was saying that indeed, Liberia is good. We are moving about freely, apart from what happened last evening in Niba County, where our citizens, from Niba, especially in Ganta, some young people, motorcyclists, they were seen protesting on the situation, especially with the death of one of their colleagues, which of course last evening lasted for nearly 4 to 5 hours. I think that situation ended between 10 o'clock last night. But again, we are good to go. And we are good. Apart from the other pronouncement that was made by our government that indeed they reduce the price of rice and that of flour, and that also come up with a lot of mixed reactions. People have their own say, other people are saying give us job. We don't care as to whether maybe the rest price drop or not. All we want right now is job. We want job to work so that we'll be able to feed our family. Others are saying, yes, that's a good thing to do. Thank God to the government for doing best. And in fact, at least for reducing the prices, especially these basic commodities. So, my dear brother, we're good apart from the weather condition. Back home, it's raining here in Pinsville. The week is ours, but we are good to go. Thank God.
Thank you. Mama Mabel, we the Liberia, we get problem. We get problem. Yeah, I remember people were complaining. Oh, Josh, we are the press of red hat Liberia can afford to even say bad red that unstable food. And now he says, see how red press people in America here said that people in Liberia said, oh, they couldn't afford to buy that unstable food because of the high price. Today, President Baka has dropped the red price again. You say you're in one day, you want food, you want job.
Oh yes, my dear brother, you are quite correct because others are also saying that the rescue agenda, they have their own arrest, which of course they have the A there that also stand for agriculture. So all I say no, I think the best thing, the only thing that we can celebrate is when we see our government making fun, producing rice instead of us waiting for maybe other people out there to come and feed us. Then if you want us to celebrate, well, other also saying that's good. At least thank God now that rice price has reduced. Mind you, because of this, even when today will be elections, the government will get vote or they will not get vote. So that's the kind of society that we find ourselves in about Ali, that people will want to praise you based on quote unquote what they think that maybe they can easily get, and you give it back to them. And again, we're looking up to all of the reductions of prices and so forth as to how this thing going to happen, because my other people have been saying that all of these things been taking place for a little time now. Yeah, I think about Ali. So you have any meter? Yeah, yeah, please share the show. So also saying that this process been like that for nearly 1 or 2 months now, where the rest price when like that people have been buying rest something around 3,000, 3,250, 3,200, all the way to 3,000, 2,900. And so even others saying it was not necessary for government to even talk about reducing prices. I think the only thing government could do is for them to either maybe talk about the tariff, because when you talk about the tariff, that's the only thing that you have control over. But if you talk about the rice, which of course today the rice price can change based on they got the importers as to how they're going to go about with that. So my brother will go, we stay at 70s back home, that's a society. No matter which way it goes, our people will still talk, they will complain, they will have their say. And that's the best thing to do. But again, in politics, so many things happening. This morning, the political leader of the CMC, Honorable Musa Hassan Berite, was here this morning at the compound of Truth FM, where he was invited by the host of the True Breakfast show, Onio Sumba Rabas, and that of Joseph Batoma, my colleague. And in fact, he was here this morning with a lot of media team, and also he said a lot of things this morning, ranging from how the control look from 206, that means from 2026, from 2006 up to 2017. Like we was a little bit progressing, but from 2017 now to 2025, maybe is going backward, according to him. So, and also he said so many things about politics, corruption, and so forth. But I know we'll go into that also. And the senator of Nimba County, Senator Samuel Koga, also still calling on the Unity Party-led government to go out there, especially Nimba, to go and audit the authority or the people that are in charge of the funding of some of the developments in Nimba County. And that also met with a lot of comments coming from the superintendent also. She have her own reactions to that, and that been trending. So we're still watching the process. We are watching as to how that's going to end. Well, apart from that, my brother, we are okay. And I think these are major politics. UAL still the same. The students body, they are still looking up to the government as to what's going to happen. So we have one of our guest panelists also from SU, also when he will be here. He will now very fully talk about some of the happening in SU, but he will talk about some of the training issues, especially when it comes to the student body politics and what's happening in the student community, especially from the UA angle. So yes, indeed, he's already in studio. Go ahead, my brother. What are some of the happening? Because last night I was watching China, right? China was having some major parade and so forth.
Maybe the issue about the rest basically we want to see the implementation, but first of all it will be good when they carry on the implementation and we see yes that the price of rest has dropped. But again, what I'm really thinking about here is
But Ali, I think we are not getting you. I don't know what happening to you, but I think a little problem from your angle there. Yeah, so folks, let me recognize a few of you, our people, then I'll bring on our guest panelist. Josh Wacky already sitting cool and getting prepared so that he can be part of the conversation. More will join us anytime from now on. If possible, Mr. Connie will also join us, but we're also getting some internal member also from the GSA. That's so interesting. Yeah, you know, like bro, it's all we have, but that interesting. But no time to waste. Let me see how best to bring George Wacky on this platform. I think for little time, I think this is the first uh debut, if not maybe since 2025. But again, George, sorry, I think I'm seeing that you are a little bit mute. If you are muted, I mean, don't say that, but you're muted. So let me take this break. They'll be back front our end. Yeah. Yes, I see you there. You are muted. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let me see. What about Ali is? Yeah. Okay. I think Ali is out also. So let me just take this break quickly and
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. So welcome. There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. So welcome my life without fear.
I lyric
Master.
Play body so make you I can't Sktv menyo. Say my journey, tina get I say my jamu. And you no money, emu aye yo. And you love emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Somalia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Somalia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Pakistan ya tumale. Sktv.
Yes, indeed. So we're back after that short break. You know, we had to do some adjustment. So we're back 20 minutes past 6. That's the time check, folks. If you just joining us, this is how I would like to say the pleasant good evening and welcome. Welcome if you just joining us for the first time. Indeed, someone said, I love this song. Yes, indeed, this song is so magnificent. Lucretia Gibson, thank you so much for always following us. Look, we have Muna, long time though. I think we had to, in fact, we had to interface sometime, maybe anytime in this month. But let me see how best to bring George on. Our guest panelist for the day, George Wacky, is here with us. George, let me say the pleasant good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Milburn Zuma. Let me say a very good evening to the loving people of Liberia, specifically our district, electoral district number 4. And let me say a very big thank you to the CEO of the Renaissance Communication Incorporated, Honorable Laike Berited, for the level of work he has done here today. He has transformed this studio to a top-notch one. I'm very grateful. I'm impressed. And let me say a very big thank you to you for affording me the opportunity to sit on your platform to discuss issues that are currently permeating the corridor, and for us to see our best to discuss this and find the mitigating solutions to those contradictions that are currently permeating the corridor of our country, Mama Liberia.
Wonderful, George. Please, if you hear people lead there, you know that you people make today. I mean, we say anytime go place. Yeah, man, George, yeah. So indeed, people, if you please, don't be deterred by this. kind of more war, or in fact the way they can talk, the guys from that end there, they do all of their talking like that to just, to confuse all our own money who in the market and so forth. But again, they will understand that their children, they don't want to send their children to school. So any kind of way the children talk, you have to bear with them, and you people will understand. But again, George, we want to say the pleasant thank you and welcome, my brother. I guess that you've been following all of the national issues. But first of all, let's begin with your own, I want to say, alma mater, where you come from. In fact, how is you here?
Well, the University I grew is there, and you are quite aware of the current issues that is currently permeating the current of the University of Liberia. Of recent, the Student Education Party took up issues with the administration of the University of Liberia. Yesterday, I monitored your Facebook page. You posted one of the infrastructures of the University of Liberia. The University of Liberia is currently facing a whole lot of problems. There are a series of problems that the University of Liberia is facing.
Go ahead, sorry. Go ahead.
Reaching from infrastructure deficits, poor sanitation, and the list goes on. So, as militants in target of the Vanguard Education Party, we are under a moral, monumental, and revolutionary responsibility to identify those contradictions and see how best we all can solve it together as a team. Look at the current infrastructure status of the University of Liberia. Look at the physical output of the University of Liberia. Today, as we speak, 22,000 students of the University of Liberia raised to draft. Because the U.S. Faculty Association, they are going to go slow. Starting on med demands. Reaching for salary disparity and other benefits. And you've been following the situation. So that's the current issues that are currently permeating the current of the University of Liberia.
Well, yeah, so yeah, so yes, indeed, but thank you, George. Indeed, that's those of you who are commenting, yes, you are quite correct. Any other feedback, just let us know, please. We want to get you straightened up. So please, if you are experiencing any technical issues, or maybe you are having some maybe double, maybe images of voices and so forth, just let us know. Then we'll be able to do some adjustment here and see. But again, George, apart from all these things that you just listed, someone will say the issue with you have been one of the old age problem, years, time, and everything. And this issue, there's no way for people to even solve. Our government is not winning. What is the issue?
The issues regarding offer going go slow is a long-standing issue. Government go, government come. And this is as a result of the budgetary allotment being given to the University of Liberia. From past government, when they want to come to power, when they want to get to power, they will campaign on education. But these people are not placing emphasis on remain on education.
Okay.
They play less role when it comes to building the human capacity. They have failed to realize that the human capital development is one of the factors that has to do with economic development. No country survives in isolation of education.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason when Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore took over, we saw there's a need that the Singaporeans get certain level of education. What did he do? He said, sizable number of the people, of his people, to other country. When they came back, they contributed sufficiently towards the growth and development of Singapore. Today, Singapore is one of the serious countries in our day and age. So the issue of the abroad is a long issue, as I said.
Yes, I'm getting you, George. Yeah, go ahead.
Offer have not taken place for 7 months. The guys need to have that wealth and that treatment. They have that responsibility. I see on the media people saying that, oh, offer they are not passion, they don't have passion. Oh, that passion will put food on the main table.
Sometimes some of the issues, when the issues are out there to the public have their own way of sometimes reacting to some of the issues. Like, for example, like you just stated, sometimes you say, you guys are not serious on that. But if you go into the happening, like for example, even if you go on the campus to see exactly what's happening, sometimes you feel terrible about, but you guys are always, seen as people who are not willing to learn because you want to step. But let's go back to the faculty that you're talking about. I think that was on yesterday. They have a meeting, I think, with the authority of UF. That meeting,
The board convened a meeting with OPA, the University of Abroad Faculty Association. They said they have understood all of their concerns, and they are appealing to them to go back to class. They are working on modalities to see how best, to attend to that issue being raised. Are you getting it?
Yes, I'm getting you, George. Where?
That's the issues. They make it be teaching, passing knowledge to people, building the capacity of young people. They make it take for 7 months. So that's been the issue. That's been some of the issues that the Vanguard Party have been raising. You getting it?
I'm getting you.
That's some of the issues the party have been raising. I want to take a microphone on the campuses of the University of Liberia. Go and see the current infrastructure conditions of the university. The University of Liberia currently lies in ruins and tatters. Go there. The University of Liberia is no different from a chicken pocket. Go and take a microphone to the Sktv-Lib building. Those guys were not saying that children at the University of Liberia because they know the condition that we face with them. They are aware of the budgetary allotment that they gave them. They know that the money they send over, they cannot place the university at our level. So they will not send their children there. They will send their children to Cambridge.
And there where I'm coming, George, because most often you see most of our lawmakers, our government officials, especially even most of the government officials also hear from that end. Some of them, including our president, even the finance minister, but sometimes they play the university law. What's the issues? Because I can be like, for example, I come from somewhere and God gave me opportunity for me to ascend to certain positions. Then at the end of the day, I play low on where I come from. Because this is not the first time this been happening. Someone would say from 2006 up to now, nearly 19 years into this, and you have been the same over and over. Every time you guys have to protest, you guys have to come out, something has to be done before the little attention may give. Even the current speaker right now, I guess that he's a professor, right? He teach that at
Richard Kuhn teaches at the University of Liberia. Richard Kuhn teaches at the University of Liberia. They gave us inferior education, and they send our children to the best university around. They don't want you to compete with our children. Look, Mr. Kuda, education is qualitative, it's not quantitative. For a man to compete in any serious academic environment,
George,
You must,
George, you are a young person. You are a young man, and I guess you've been following all of our educational system. You've been following everything back, even from the elementary level up to the college and so forth. What you may call, George, what's your own observation? Because every time, sometimes people will say, Liberia education system is a mess. Who making this system to be mess?
the government. Who control the means of production? The means of production is being controlled by the government. It is the government responsibility to educate the citizens constitutionally. You understand? It's the government responsibility to place emphasis on education. Of recent, some teachers were protesting around the president residence.
Yes.
They said they want to be placed on pay with volunteer teachers. You saw the video. You saw how disturbing the video was. Liberia is a country where people don't have respect for educators.
Wow.
And education in the context of economics is the only commodity which is not subject to the law of diminishing marginal returns. It doesn't have any substitute. This administration campaign on education, one of the rescue agenda is education. So why can they place emphasis and premier on education? Go and stay in the university. Go and see the kind of harsh conditions in which the students are learning in. So whenever militants and cadres of the Student Education Party come out to raise this red flag, they label us. They have all the things to say. We are not serious. We are rebels. We are hooligans. No, we are not hooligans. This Vanguard Student Education Party is a progressive and decent institutions that have been championing the cause since 50 plus years for social justice, academic freedom, and peace. The records are there.
So, George, in the midst of all of the happening, all of the holding and putting, the faculty also, they are also saying that they will not go to work until all of their demands, have been put into place, or maybe have been handled by the government, or maybe someone will say by the head of the of UL. But then, where are we heading to if, for example, classes are still closed, people are not going to classes, and even then look at the physical conditions of the facility where you people go to learn. What are you guys learning in that area, for example, where you see yourself, even sometimes some of our sisters, sometimes they are not able to use some of the bathrooms.
I brought pictorial evidence to validate my argument here. There are barrage of pictorial evidence in my phone here to validate my argument with respect to the current infrastructure outlook of the University of Liberia. Go and look at Sktv-Lib building. A good school must have a good learning environment accessible for the impartations of knowledge. The conditions, the environment for which you learn, they have effect on you. Yes. They were interested to know that students can run it around to buy marker for instructor to teach. Even run all logistics. That's why when you take a microphone there and see for yourself. So people just feel that the Student Education Party want to protest because they feel the protesting. No. The people protest on the basis of the objective conditions. You get to your child to Cambridge, John Hopkins University, then you can't make team with your inferior education, and I found out analysis you want to intimidate all the police. No, you don't intimidate all in that kind of fun amount.
So let's go back. The UN or the United Nations, they just posted on their Facebook page 2 hours ago. I think I shared also. They talk about quality education is a privilege, human right. In fact, they just talk about human right, the right to education and so forth, but they talk about quality. And George, let's admit and let's say truth to power, and let's talk about this thing today so that maybe some of our leaders so they can listen. When you talk about quality education, what's your own interpretation? Are we really
Quality
getting that quality education yet?
quality education is just not about the man going to school, saying now know how to read and write. The environment in which the men learn are factors too. That's why you see that a lot of our students today, they cannot compete anywhere in any serious academic environment. Because our instructors are underpaid. There are lack of instructional materials. So at the end of the day, what happened? The brother will acquire a fewer education. So that when you say that more in police, you have no input. You have nothing to say. So that's why I told you for the initial state of the conversation, I said that is the government, the reason for which the education is very low in this country, students are performing decimously, everything lies on the government. Because the government are control the means of production. Invest in education. Invest in education. And going to be one of the sectors that the government needs to invest in. Build the people's capacity. So the issues of quality education in this country is still remain a challenge.
So that means, in short, you are saying that our government, they play low on quality education. All they are providing here is just about, okay, let's just help them so that maybe they can know how to read and write. Is that what you are saying?
Yeah. Oh, that help them.
Because if you go back to other quality education, my brother, there are so many things
There are so many factors.
Yes.
There are so many factors.
Mm-hmm.
Quality education, not just about a man going to carry the read and write. No.
Mm-hmm.
It's beyond that. Beyond that. That's the reason you see the student education party has always been advocating for masses Church say, oh, you let out when you let out will be the day, education system will be the day. But when the people go to the ballot box and elect them, they turn their back. They forget about all what they told them. They turn their back. They don't care. Why consider them when a terror is started in the US? Why consider them when a terror is started in the UK? Why consider them when a terror is started in Canada? So they see that they have no feelings for the poor people children. I think the university abroad and going to attending all tertiary institutions have no feelings. You see, they refuse to place emphasis on education. You want a career not yet. You expect them to see a career at the university abroad. They won't see a career.
Well, thank you, George. Let me see how best to go to the line to take a few calls so that we can talk to our people out there. George Wacky, one of our own brother and son of Liberia, also who, in fact, is student at the State University. Also, what are they happening there? Stay there. Sometimes some of you will say, when you go to UL, just take all of your lives, and sometimes you go there for 8 years, sometimes 10 years, and so forth. So let me take a few calls. Then I'll go back to George for his parting because we got to go for our second segment. Hello to Charles Cooper. Charlie, good evening.
Good evening, Lebon.
Yes, go ahead. One of your brothers is here.
Yeah, let me say thank you to your guest. I know he's on the phone or what.
No, he's here. He's here. He's here. Go ahead.
I too was in that place. If I told someone I cannot go to UF for 7 degrees because that place is a modern slavery camp. Maybe we were there, we went through our own struggle. And I tell people, maybe the day UL gets better, Liberia will get better. All of our problems in this country derive from UL. The same kind of system that the nation is training with, that's the same kind of way UL is done wrong. And the educational gate is the one that prepares the citizen when it comes to the mindset. So the kind of schools that we run will determine our mindset and attitude. The kind of education we receive, that's the kind of way the nation will thrive. But for you, maybe I told you, I said, if I learn boy again, I can't go to UF for 2nd degree. Because most of my friends have asked me to go and get 2nd degree. I told them, I said, let me find those type of benefit for the 1st degree yet, before I can even think about 2nd degree. And it can't be UL, maybe. That's the maybe. That's the ugly side of Liberia. Sometimes I call them ugly Liberia, UL.
All right, thank you. As long UL has changed, that means Liberia will be changed according to Charles Cooper. Keep a calls coming to 0770203125. That's the number to call. Talk to George Wacky here. Also give his own take on our system, especially our education system here for us here in Liberia. Every time when there's opportunity to travel, we take photos. We are happy to go out there to get scholarship because we're going to a better system. Every time when there's scholarship, something, people are always happy, George. They're celebrating just because they're living like I'm living from hell. Now I'm going to a better place now to live.
Well, you just listen to what the caller. You just listen to the caller. You heard what he said. The brother just validated my argument here.
0770203125. Joe, let me see. Let me go to the line to take this call. Hello. All right, keep your calls coming. 0770203125. Placing your call to talk to George Wacky. Our guest panelist here today will be with us up to the time. At 7 o'clock, we'll go for news break, and at 7:15, we want to get your own take on some of the happening, especially come from the UAN. Every time people are complaining about our students or our children that they are not serious to learn, they keep stepping, but there are so many things that need to be put to place on that end because our children want to learn. The judge just said, what are some of the mechanisms that the government put into place? That end made a lot of people, including in fact, even the former finance minister, Samuel Twerk, come from there.
95% are there.
You see?
95, 96 to 99% of them came from University of Liberia. They are put up in the University of Liberia.
See? Why?
As I said, that's the reason I told you that it is because of greed. Those guys graduated from over there and they were opportune to have gotten foreign education. They go all the advance themselves. They have money to their disposal. You think they will send their children there? They send their children to the big university. They give them inferior education. And they find out that their children will come back and want to lead us. They don't want to better the system. They want to feel that when they better the system, we'll compete with them.
Okay.
So that's the reason the children gave us inferior education. That has been the argument of the student education party.
So they make this system like that so that you people, or maybe so that the other generation can look up to them.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes. They created that kind of kangaroo system. That kind of system, you know, they created at the University of Liberia there. So without getting many education. So we don't want them to compete with our children come back so they can bring our children bags around here. And we are aware of these things. That's the reason why we're advocating for the betterment and advancement of the University of Liberia. Education, as I said, is not quantitative, it's qualitative in the context of economics. On that basis, emphasis should be placed on education. That's been our argument over the past years.
All right, Josh, let me take this caller. I wanted to pause with the caller. But hello to this caller. Good evening. Yes, go ahead, my brother. Okay, go ahead.
We compare with let me just take it back. This first 10 years ago, those are the largest start in the government. They came from the union. When they were there, when they were at the union, they were saying the same thing when they get the government, when they get the first started, they would just do it. Yesterday they were there. What did they do? They say allocation. Today, after 3 years, we are doing that people they are there. They were the thing we complete. We are complete. They are the new government now. They are asking. Tomorrow, don't worry about celebration. Complete today.
So you want it to continue? No, with any understanding you already. Yeah, go ahead.
Working over there continue. That day you want to do better, this way you could get it. Tomorrow you will be government. The same problem will come up. So it's like an equal.
Okay.
It's an equal. After we get better up, they will forget about that was all beauty system for having next good at all come. And I've been telling you more.
And that's the thing, you are quite correct. This issue has been around for nearly a decade now, and people see it like, in fact, they can use it to counter politics. And because when you say, George is saying the same thing that you just stated, that if people use the UL situations, to come to public, plans for them to see. Yeah. How? How?
Okay. Yesterday I was there. Example. I was doing the same thing completely. All the years I came in, the full learning environment, tomorrow, so I will be in the opposition. I came over there. To make it better, I forget.
All right. So we have the president that also come from there. Okay, thank you. We have the president of the Republic of Liberia also, who also come from the UL angle. So I think what you are saying is that people should be able to make those changes. But again,
I don't want for this caller to attribute those people mistakes and missteps onto some of us. Some of us who have been trained by the Student Education Party, and we are aware that our education should be placed at the service of the people. That has been our argument. And when you record this, you think that George Wagi who have been in the vanguard all the years campaigning for change, policy reform, will get in the government and do the same. No. We are different generation. We are thinking. Probably 12, you know, they went there and they forget. You cannot have to be that to us.
So let's go back to the free tuition policy. Other people are saying that maybe because of that, but even when people were paying school fees,
the condition was still the same. Free tuition policy has not been the issues.
Okay.
When people are paying, when people are paying money, the condition was still there. It has not been the issues. That's the reasons when former president we are went on the campus of Nevada brought a non-free tuition policy, the Vanguard Party opposed to that. Our issues have been the sanitary conditions of the campus, the budgetary allotment of the university, the infrastructure outlook, buses to commit students from campus to their various homes. That have been our arguments. Today, the conditions still exist on the campuses of the University of Europe. So the conditions confronting the University of Europe, they don't have to do with tuition. No.
Well, George, we gotta go. We have about 2 more minutes to go. Yeah. So, what you want to say to the faculty, the head of the UAL, and so forth, because there are, well, you know, information out there that if the issues of the faculties, if the issue has not been addressed, that means school may not open soon. What say you?
As I learned from reliable sources that the Board of Trustees has convened a meeting with the Faculty Association. They said they understood that demands and they are working on modality to see our best to look into this matter. So we are hopeful that this coming week school will resume and our brothers and sisters will go back to school so they can be able to compete in our society. So
wonderful. Go to your leaders, because I know that this thing will be like, in fact, your children, if care is not taken, your children will come and pass through the same thing.
That's the reason we're fighting. That's the reason we want reform. That's the reason we're fighting for change. That's the reason we're fighting for an increase in the budgetary allotment of the University of Bureau. That's the reason we are saying that the infrastructure conditions of the university should be improved at a considerable level. That's our argument. Because we don't want for our unborn generation, our children, our son, to meet these same conditions. That's the reason we are in the vanguard, championing these things.
All right. George, thank you so much for coming, and we hope to see another time. That will be anytime this month when you're ready to knock on our door. I know that you have other issues or other engagements. We're going for a news break. If you will be around for the hardcore politics, then, well, no problem. But if you want to maybe have your rest, well, you are welcome. But thank you so much for coming.
Let me say a big thank you to you, and let me say a very big thank you to CEO Likability. By doing extremely well. I'm very grateful. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you so much, George. So that George Waki, yes, indeed, our guest panelist for today, even though you come in the full jacket of suit, but at least we were able to get some information for him. But folks, a minute up to 7, and at 7 we'll go for a news break. If you're there, we're right here on the Truth FM Sktv show. And I'm John Sime. Cool out this break and be right back.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us care and the parents of them. The welcome my life without care.
A lyrical health,
Master.
Clay Paris, who make you, I can't ask Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, the more I get you. And you love the more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Napagina ya tumale, Sktv, ena Napagina, tosi wakoma ya tumale.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the club. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather, Nima to Lufa. From Riverside, River G to Chile. From Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Backwalu. From Maryland, Bon County to Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Stress that the move marks a significant expansion of the party's national outreach strategy. Venema County lawmaker named Bon, Grand Crook County, Riverside County, Maryland, River G, among others, as targeted counties for phase one of the projects, which he said will have a long-lasting impact or benefit on the lives of the citizenry. Meanwhile, the Citizen Movement for Change political leader is calling for an impartial and comprehensive audit of the 55th legislature. Says some lawmakers will commit suicide if the houses are audited. The statement comes in the wake of huge public concerns that Liberians are suffering because of the fat salaries and benefits each representative earns monthly, while the ordinary citizens live in abject poverty. Representative Musa Bagati, political leader of the Citizens Movement for Change, has shown his support behind former Montserrat County District 4 Representative candidate Lai Balati in his bid ahead of the 2029 elections. Addressing residents Wednesday in Painesville, Representative Balati urged voters to elect Lai as their representative in the upcoming 2029 general elections, citing his commitment to the district's growth and development. Lai Balati previously contested the 2023 elections in District 4 but lost. Despite this, the CMC political leader said Lai remains dedicated to the people and is now seeking another chance to represent the district. The Citizen Movement for Change has pledged to support Lai's bid, emphasizing the need for effective leadership and development in the district. The Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency has received first batch of results for 70 officers tested for drugs. On Monday, September 1, the African Union Trading Company Incorporated, in partnership with the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency intern leadership, conducted a comprehensive drug testing on more than 70 employees at the agency's headquarters. The LDA says the process began with the 3 intern directors and extended to sectorial, that's sectional heads, senior and junior staffs. According to the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, the initiative represents a critical step in strengthening accountability, transparency, and discipline within the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency,
while reinforcing the agency's commitment to combating drug-related offenses at every level. The initiative phase is testing, that's the initial stage of testing was carried out at the LDA headquarters in Monrovia. Liberia has officially unveiled a bold US $900 million legacy investment program at the African Food System Forum 2025 in Senegal. The forum, taking place from August 31 to September 5, is attended by over 6,000 participants from 113 countries, including continental leaders, policymakers, development partners, farmers, private sector actors, and youth innovators. This year's theme, Africa's Youth Leading Collaboration, Innovation and Implementation of Agri-Food System Transformation, focuses on placing young people and women at the heart of Africa's agriculture future. Liberia's Agriculture Minister, Dr. J. Alexander Nunta, told global leaders, innovators, investors that Liberia is open for business in the agribusiness sector. And Minister Nunta emphasized that the US $900 million plan is not just a strategy for Liberia, but rather a roadmap for partnerships that deliver shared prosperity across Africa's food system. The legacy investment program will enhance food security, generate employment opportunities, and foster rural prosperity by targeting 5 key value chains to include rice, maize, coffee, cassava, and oil palm. A civil rights activist, Edwin Flomo, wants the immediate suspension of Bakuru County Senator, the Superintendent Sam Zina. According to Flomo, Superintendent Zina has been accused by the 6th Judicial Court on allegation of corruption, as such he should be suspended by President Joseph Boakai. Speaking to Irish News Wednesday, Edwin Flomo noted that President Joseph Boakai has suspended other top government officials for their alleged involvement in acts of corruption, and same should be done in Bakuru County. The managing director for Liberia Medicine and Health Product Regulatory Authority, Luke Bao, has expressed intent to collaborate with the African Center for Disease Control and Prevention Africa to increase the operation of his organization across Liberia. According to Bao, working with Africa CDC will boost and eliminate the challenges the Liberia Medicine and Health Product Regulatory Authority, pharmaceutical co-vigilance, are faced with. He added that with the collaboration, there will be a range of activities the institution needs to improve on, which includes inspection of facility. He made the disclosure on Monday during the Liberia Medicine and Health Product Regulatory Authority today's Stakeholders Conference on Pharmacy Vigilance and Clinical Trials in Congo Town. Sano County Senator Creighton Duncan has observed that Liberia will continue to remain underdeveloped and its people will live in abject poverty as a result of politicians ignoring the causes of hardship in the country. He said politicians in the executive and legislative branches of government are seeking various interests rather than the interests of Liberians. Senator Duncan made these statements when he appeared at the Center for Exchange and Intellectual Opinion in Monrovia on Wednesday. A staunch supporter of the governing Unity Party, Queen Johnson, has termed Monrovia City Mayor John Siafa as corrupt and unqualified to serve as head of the Monrovia City Corporation. Madam Johnson is therefore calling on President Joseph Boakai to dismiss with immediate effect the Monrovia City Mayor. She, however, expressed deep frustration in his leadership, noting that it has the propensity that's positively impacted Monrovia and its environs. In a significant humanitarian effort, the Bishop of the Independent Catholic Church of Liberia, Dimlen Doen, has launched a major food distribution targeting vulnerable populations in Bong and Montreal counties. Speaking Tuesday at the launch of the exercise, Bishop Doyen emphasized the initiative is purely humanitarian, not politically motivated, and focuses on supporting the elderly, flood victims, underprivileged persons, and women. He revealed that the first phase of the initiative provided 750 bags of 25 kg rice, while the ongoing phase would distribute an additional 450 bags across the two counties. The National Rehabilitation for Drug and War Affected Persons has appealed to the government and international partners for assistance in training some rehabilitated youths and basic vocational skills in preparing them for reintegration in the society. The executive director of the organization, retired Lieutenant Colonel Augustine Nango, disclosed that he has procured 15 desktop computers, 5 sewing machines, and employed a soap scientist to train rehabilitated youths for the job market. Speaking in an interview with the station in Monrovia, Lieutenant Colonel Nang recommended the new intern team at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency for embarking on a compulsory drug test for all LDA officers. In foreign and aid workers supporting rescue efforts after the devastating Sudan landslide, which reportedly killed hundreds of people, has told the BBC that it had caused a mountain to collapse, leaving just one known survivor so far. We have so far managed to recover 9 bodies, said Adulai Ali, head of coordinating council of the Tawala and Jabal Mara emergency room. Heavy rainfall led to Sunday's disaster, which killed at least 370 people, according to a UN estimate, and destroyed the village of Tarsin in the Western Darfur region. The armed group in control of the area has said that 1,000 people died and has appealed for urgent assistance. Another man told the BBC's Sudan's Lifeline program that many members of his family were still unaccounted for. So far, I have confirmed the death of 2 relatives, one of my uncles and his grandson. The rest of my family members are still missing, said Ahmed Majed, who lives in Uganda but is originally from Tarsin and kept in touch with locals from around the affected areas. To end this news, a recap of our top stories. Representative Musa Hassan Beliti, political leader of the Citizens Movement for Change, sets an ambitious target executing at least one major development project in each of Liberia's 15 counties. Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency receives first batch of results for 70 officers tested for drug. Liberia unveils a bold US $900 million legacy investment program at the African Food System Forum 2025 in Senegal. And of the Home Fund and aid workers supporting rescue effort after the devastating Sudan landslide, which reportedly killed hundreds of people, has told the BBC that it has caused a mountain to collapse, leaving just one known survivor so far. I will see a news bulletin at 7. I'm Josh Boy. Good evening.
George Bowie and the news bulletin. It is the regular feature right here on Truth FM 96.1, the island soul of Liberia. So, folks, if you just joining us, just I'd like to say the pleasant good evening and welcome to the Wednesday edition, the May week edition of the SKTV show For matter of fact, today's Wednesday having to be the 3rd of September, the 9th month, and the year remain the same, 2025. Yes, indeed, you're listening to news bulletin. Right, yeah. The very next year news on the station will be at 8 o'clock on tonight, by which time we'll bring you 45 minutes of news coming from our newsroom. So, folks, again, we have so many things to talk about. Thanks to George Wacky, who was able to have his own take on some of the happening when it comes to education. And we will do these things as time go back. Our team will join us. I don't know, but Brother Ali slip up the line and he will join us anytime. But we have so many things to talk about trending national issues. We're hearing some unconfirmed news from the corridor. Sometimes when somebody gossips or when somebody news come out from the corridor, sometimes you don't take it for joke. We hear that Amin Mullah may likely be appointed as the new Minister of State, or in fact, Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Amin Mullah, who was quote unquote, accused allegedly for some out of corruption, and he had to resign through pressure. And we're getting a lot of names from the corridor that the president may likely bring him back so that he can serve in that position. Again, so many names, including Venice Samunka, also so many names, Henry Costa, and so many names, that have been surfaced or still surfacing from the corridor of the government and so forth. But again, folks, please share the show. Those of you who are maybe watching, we're having some glitches with the internet. So I know sometimes you will see us, sometimes we'll be off and so on, up and on, but please don't get it twisted. And someone will say, yes, indeed, we are fixed with some challenges. Maybe it's the weather, maybe based on the condition of the weather. That's why we are experiencing poor internet, maybe network system. But again, we have this internal member coming from the G. That's very interesting. Liberia is an interesting country, Yeah. So we're going to read out this internal memo to all of you, latest from the GSA, that in fact, those of you who are working there or those of you who will be going there, you should now know how to dress, or in fact, you got to dress good before you go there. That means what we're about to read, you will definitely understand that you have to dress well. Nobody going to have, they might have something like Bucci. Oh, I mean, I even go to already. Oh, God. What? Yes, interesting. Like your government. I can't remember. Let me see here. Let me see. So if you have bushy hair like me, don't go there because they will not be allowed. Let me see. Yeah, let me read it for before I say neighbor. So latest news coming from the GSA angle. And there were questions people are asking now all on the internet as to what's going on, whether people have been controlled, quote unquote, by maybe by the government angle or the GSA. So they said a newly, no, let me go straight to the member, internal member, all employees and visitors, they say to all employees and visitors from Buema A. Sonim. Let me see clearly here. Let me make sure. Buema A. Sonim, Director of Human Resource. I mean the HR, whenever you hear about HR, I mean the human resource. So say to Honorable Johnson P. Sloan, Deputy Director General or Administration, subject forbidding dress code. Forbidding. They say forbidding. That means it will not be allowed. Even in fact, they don't want to even see it. It's forbidding. So forbidding dress code. They say what date? September 2nd. That was yesterday. September 2nd, 2025. They say, dear all, please observe the below forbidding dress codes on the GSA compound. The security staff are strictly instructed to enforce this regulation for all employees and visitors entering the compound. 1. Shower slippers. Those of you who like to wear shower slippers or go to people's offices. 1. Shower slippers, men and women. It will not be allowed. It's forbidden. 2. Skin tight. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, God. What kind of problem is that? You try to give like very interesting. Yeah, what kind of. Oh, Chairman, can't wait to come out tomorrow. My chairman will be here tomorrow. And we'll talk about this one again. So they say skin tight. Those of you who like to wear, especially, I don't know what the problem mean. They don't problem. It's just the skin tight. And they'll leave it. So the skin tight. Those of you who can wear the skin tight, they say it's forbidden. They will not enter the compound of the GSA. No more. One task of today date. No, nothing like that. No skin tight business. So skin tight will not be allowed to enter. So they say sleeves. Okay, sleeveless blouse. Good. Sleeveless blouse. That means some of you will like this small. Those of you who wear these small blouses, those small arm blouses, you know, they say when I enter, no matter how you think who you know, what kind of contact you have, who you think you go to there, when I enter. So sleep their blouse and spaghetti. Thank you to make it simple. Sir. Spaghetti, what? Okay, spaghetti sleeve. Good. So some men too, they get their power spaghetti. So spaghetti sleeve will not enter. 3 there. 4. Short skirt above the knees. Your school campus. Oh God. So short skirt will not enter. How are you listening though? Before you say, oh, what you made wrong reading down so. So they say short skirt will not enter to the compound of GSA or in the GSA compound. Short skirt above the knees. Short dress above the knees. That means if a dress is short, even though you wear dress, but the dress low leg. You know, the people get all kinds of things. They can say deep and what? I don't want to. Yeah, what? Why you people not? No, let me read it too. Maybe they'll put dim and bad. You know, these things and they kind of more dress. They kind of more dresses, right? Or they kind of more clothes. So they are saying that these clothes that they are calling or I'm calling now, these clothes are forbidden. You will not enter. No matter your contact, your relationship, whether you are employee or you are visitors, you will not enter with this thing. So it's beneath in the short. So let me go to what? Number 6. Short trousers. Oh, John Flambeau buying out. Short trousers, men and women. Short trousers. So if you have short trousers, well, definitely you will not enter in the compound of GSA, whether you're man or you woman. Whether in fact you can even be the director, you will not enter because you got short trousers. So it's forbidden. So, and 7, muscle arm shirt. Or what? Muscle arm shirt or men. They want to put men. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. You're probably giving us some reaction. The internet, you're doing all kinds of things today. But again, we're good to go, people. So number 7, muscle arm shirt for men. Those of us men who like to wear muscle arm and go anywhere we feel that we want to show our body. No! GSA people say no, you will not enter. It's forbidden. So that one you will not enter. Then we go to what? Number 8, track suit. Oh, what if people you that your school campus here? Oh, that's very interesting. Track suit for what? Men and women. So you get a track suit. Those of you, you know what you call track suit? The track suit, some of the things you can wear sometimes with, like for example, the football team, and you just wear the whole thing and that, you know that thing, and the track suit. So it will not enter. No matter who you so much, we're talking serious and you are laughing. We're talking serious. Look, you gotta listen because this thing has to do with your visitation or either or maybe those of you who are working there. You can listen though. You made mistake, will come here and tell you that you break the rules of the people, place, or the school. So you gotta be punished. So Number 8, where? Number 8 is the what? Track suit, men and women. Then number 9, tight cut around jean trousers. Oh, if the previous also. Those of you who like to wear is that the workless job? But how do you make some kind of thing? When they cut culture. Oh God. I think Mr. Khan is here. Mr. Khan will be filled with some I know you don't enjoy it, all of the reading Mr. Khan. It's not interesting. Mr. Khan is indeed interesting. Yeah, man, the internet, they're just giving us a little tough time, but thank you. I don't know what I see me, but I don't really see you that good. But again, they say what? Tight cut around jean trousers, men and women. That means some of you who have the whole funny trousers where you see again, small hole inside. You see that one will not enter. They will plate. Is there a school or what? Me, I don't know. Maybe they will tell us today. So tight cut. And around the trousers, it will not enter. Yeah, when I enter the GSA compound, don't bring it there when I agree. So we move. What? We number there, number 1. Number 9. Don't be okay, don't follow go get live long. Number 10. Tight jeans trousers. Men and women. Oh, some of you now, if you know what I know, go and look for wackless. You know what they call wackless? Don't bring Michael Jackson. You know, the tech jean trousers wearing nowadays, all the clothes. Now, Michael Jackson wearing clothes by them. They are telling you, don't wear anything tight, man or woman, before somebody be looking. We don't want for people to look, so don't wear any tight jean trousers. Oh yeah, I enjoy anything. Number 11. Pusher beer. Oh, I see what me I can overcome and beer term goes. So me I can enter anytime because I'm beer. I'm my hair. I will call it hair a few days. Pusher beer and pusher hair. Oh, you better be a better man. So the country just. Oh God. So number 11. Pusher beer and pusher hair. Men, they will not enter. I will not enter nowhere. Yeah, no, I enjoy it. Oh, Chairman, you're not coming. No, tomorrow.
When I,
Bush
Mabon,
hair. All the people
Mabon,
show.
can you hear me?
Come here tomorrow with your bush hair.
Mabon, can you hear me?
Bush hair and bush hair for men will not enter.
It look like the earpiece.
The last one, number 12.
Mabon, can you hear me?
What in that? Drag. Okay, yeah. Okay, artificially drag something. Those of you who like to, that means asking Robert. That means asking. don't go ahead and tell you we're going to be asking me what is the neighbor. I'm reading something from the GSA compound. Their internal memo that's circulating on the social media about how they want for people to appear. Before entering the compound. So the last one is talking about artificial growing drag. Oh, those of you who like to grow hair, you make it look like some kind of thing. You wanna enter. So people, these are things, the latest news from the GSA compound that but they won't, I think some school can just copy the wall. Because they wanna just like so people, that's the latest news. We're good to go. Liberia is good. Let me be frank. You know, when you live long, you see a lot of things, you experience a lot of things, and you are into a lot of things. So there's internal memo coming from GSA. I think some of these schools have to take it. Yeah. Because even time when there is what do you call it? They have school class night. You see most of the students, the way they wear the kind of clothes. Then then the teachers there, so this GSA something we may not overlook it. Let copy these things and carry to our schools, those of us. So please, if you follow us, the people say what? Let me go to the last. Thanks for your cooperation, good. So they're telling you thank you for your cooperation. Please, if you go into the people compound, don't wear tight jeans, trousers. Don't wear tight, skin tight. Some of you, well, people, it's not easy, but we are grateful. So, like, let's be frank. We have half past the hour now. That's the time check here, half past the hour. And we are grateful to the Almighty God that at least we have to, read all of these things when it come out, because the government is there for the people, and anything the government put out or anything the government is doing, we have to come out here to inform you, our people, because sometimes they don't want to talk about these things, they don't want to inform you, they just want to make it look that way. And sometimes I tell you, find yourself in that situation, like for example, you wear something like tight jeans and you maybe quote unquote you have something serious to do, and you go there, they say no, your clothes can't enter, and you're confused. Most definitely, sometimes for these things are necessary. I don't know how you're going to react, but for me, I get issue. The way that I will do now, cut my hair. Anytime I'm going to, well, let me see the hair. Anytime I'm going to other GS, I'll cut sabu. So that they can. So, that is the people actually. So we stay hearing this news from the corridor of the Ministry of State that anytime from now on, the government will likely appoint the new MOS, that is the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, very soon. But so many names have been circulating, so many suggestions. People are putting in their own, even the party chairman, we've been hearing that the party chairman also, his name also is there, and the party chairman also to be in that position and so forth. These things been trending. But people, so far, I think these are things that we're just going to talk about, and we'll open the line. Apart from the lady that got that little child in a terrible mood. I think she's been arrested. There are some information that have been circulating on the social media about the 10 years old little child or finger was chopped off, or a piece of a finger by one lady. I know women, right? Yeah, women. And the police already arrested she and Osmond, and I think they are now being barred pending investigation for that thing. Someone said, "What happened to the people wedding? Don't the people rules go no, no. If you don't go by these rules, you won't enter. You here that will comment in here. Okay, I'm as Nana. If you don't go by the rules, you will not enter. So let me open the line so that you can call in and tell us exactly what you make of these rules, what you make of the trending national issues, and some of the news that you're hearing about the person that will be appointed the newest Minister of State, because mind you, send the death of Minister Grisby, that vacancy is there, and the president had to fill that vacancy maybe anytime this week, or better say maybe next week, before going to the UNG. But let me go to the line. I know the line will get hot. What are some of you not call your hair or not? Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, neighbor.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Neighbor, let me say something to you. You in particular, family. We talk about business. When you love your child, your children at home, to go to school or test, we have this business. When you go on the air there, it's actually wrong.
Hello. First of all, everybody have the right to every issues. That's why I'm giving the chance for you to talk. So you don't have to judge me. Also, what I'm hello, my young man. Hello. We are here. If you listen to me, I told you that I support this thing 100%. But you say I issue with me. So what's the issue that you have with me?
Okay, cool. You're the same person on the platform last time discussing about the efficiency of our winning in the street. Wearing a lot of something That distance to the now. Let me tell you something in the 50s. When I was coming up, you don't go to public building indecent dressing. You need a coat. Instead of just women can used to wear tracks to go there. You know that. That's what the was a store problem. In public building, you can't as a even wake up. Even that you ever go to where they get you any kind of way. You just decide to go there. Even your children at home, you can't let them go to school reckless. All this thing you making for all of you.
Oh no, hello, my young man, hello. Hey, okay, thank God. Let me just let you go because you have the time already. Keep your calls coming 0770203125. Everybody has the right. You can't tell somebody to go. I got call your hair, my brother. That one, because we talk about maybe indecency, so that means you want to how they call it, put things on people for them to cut their hair. Is that what you are saying? Huh, my man? Wait up, I got a problem here. Ah, God. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Charles Cooper.
Yeah, good evening, Mabon.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, Mabon, let me speak quickly on the issue that has to do with that cutting off of the little girl finger, which is a human interest story. And, you know, as an advocate, I think I feel so bad, and I hope that the law can take a course against the perpetrator of that kind of inhumane practice. Like I tell people, we cannot mind the behavior of our children these days and treat them inhumanely. We agree our children may be higher, but they are also innocent. We need to exercise patience. We need to exercise grace in dealing with them. That's why I tell people, I say, now to be a teacher, maybe you don't need patience again, you need grace. Because what we go through in the classroom with indisciplined behavior, if you don't have grace, maybe you can teach right now.
Oh, yes.
So I think they were very cruel, and that woman, or those who did it, should be put into prison, or they should face justice. And maybe on the issue of the memo or the memorandum from GSA, on the setting they call work ethic, I think you know what you've been working, you know about work ethic, or there's something that we call etiquette. Because nobody needs to tell you to dress decently to go to work or to go to any field. It's like instant for anybody to tell you dress decently and say you don't know yourself, you are not define yourself. But you know, maybe there is a kind of society we have now. Everybody wants to have their free will. The issue of democracy has become democracy in our country. People doing crazy things in the name of democracy.
So which one? So Charles, which one you think that maybe we can say, because I don't think that maybe you will let, or maybe you want to disagree with some. So which one do you think that maybe that you respectfully maybe disagree with?
Maybe for me, like I said, as an adult, I don't need anybody to tell me to be decent. They're cutting my hair, trimming my beard. There's something that I taught as a health science teacher. Even when you do health science in elementary, they will tell you how you should keep yourself. If you went to school as an individual, you know that cleanliness, there's a jargon that says cleanliness, decency, the way you dress, maybe that's how people will address you. So if you are an adult, someone tell you wear good clothes before you come at me, you don't know yourself. It's even an insult. And people say, oh, let people out there with no maybe there's right ethic. Like, bro, become so loose, maybe that when you want to bring restriction, people think that maybe what is happening to our country that we claim to be a Christian nation. Christians are decent people, maybe you know what, I don't think you're bothering if they have to try to go to work because you already know how to drive, maybe. Am I right?
100%.
For me, I don't know why people want to better now the issue of work ethic coming out so regular. Every workplace got a regulation. You not choose to live by it or you leave.
All right.
So when it does not fit you, it does not fit your personality, then you leave. It's an option.
All right. Thank you so much, Charles Cooper. Keep your calls coming 0770203125. That's the number for you to call this evening. What's your take on the latest coming from the GSA, telling both visitors and other employees to dress well, to dress neatly, and to also have their hair in fact cut. In fact, they don't want to even see bushy beard, as you may call it. But again, people will say no, it's freedom. I have my right to have my hair. Maybe I don't want to cut my hair, or maybe I don't want to cut my beard. I want my beard to remain. But again, you are there. we don't have full right over you. It is your right. It is your human right, even though decency is pay. So for some of us, yes, we will tell you that indeed there are few things that for me I agree with 100%. The issue of skin tight and tagged into ourselves. Sometimes most of our, even both the male, the female, the dress, we dress in the kind of way that we want to dress sometimes, but that not the issues. So that go to you and here for you to also what's your take. Hello to this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, neighbor. How are you today?
I'm okay, thank God for life. Go ahead.
This is Mamu Sefo. I'm calling you from Browville. Neighbor, I just want to speak on two things there. The one has to do with the cruelty carried out by the woman against that innocent child. I think really one of the callers just called and said we need grace. Many parents now, they are now between the season of exerting much force and then the other way around on kids that want to give them tough time, and then they also need to put in there the humor part of it. Sometimes they have to withhold themselves. The other one has to do with the issue of the decency. There are two things whenever when people talking about, and I look at the issue of the drugs and other thing. When you want to address the issue of the drugs, the people say at some point in time, you and myself we know that alcohol drinking, which is now almost we move from one street to another, you get about 100 or liquor shop. All of them, these are things that people start from. When you want to address it, they say no. They say you must drink liquor just for stomach sake. Who determine for stomach sake? If the person can drink 1 gallon for stomach sake, then the one you can take until you can get to the truck. Now, when it comes to the decent dressing, you go to work. You go there, your transfer is way down. You go to work, you have free hairstyle, loosen, and then it's bushy. There's no decency on your face. People used to have their afro during those days. They used to have their afro, they would cut it and put it in front shape and other thing, and then they comb it up and they go to work. But you go carelessly going, your beard, everything is just hanging. Just to say somebody coming from some kind of liquor shop, from some kind of smoking, you enter there, you wear a trouser that all inside you finish cutting, or you call it raka, you want to call it. I mean, those things. Then when you want to talk, you say people don't restrict somebody. It means that this society that the other colors say is tending to be just loose, nothing for somebody to do to control anything. You do it so sometimes they put politics inside, sometimes you do it so they put religious business inside. Then at the end of the day, people are left in limbo. We need to do something about it. Seriously.
All right, thank you so much, my dear brother. One day we will gather in, all of these things, and we hope that the religious people do they are also following, because some of our callers are saying. Some of our people, sometimes when they dress, they go to church, and it's not easy. But again, we are what Robert for some say what? What about tattoo? Well, maybe Robert, stop calling things in before the people add another people beg you. Keep a call coming 0770203125. A phone call, remember you don't even know me. My dear brother, for me, I see everything that like that, because life. Nobody had to tell you, like some of the callers are saying. Nobody had to tell you. No, nobody had to tell you. And some of our sisters, maybe friends, they were into these things. They just dress in how they want to, but they should even if you even ask me today, I would tell you that it shouldn't only be when they talk at GSA. Even national, what are people before you try to go out, some of the Chinese things. Anyway, let me forget, because people they come and be or have wish. Yeah, my dear brother, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Peter David Castle across another street like in Lower Johnsonville. I think, and I'm neighbor that the GSA need to focus on service deliverables and rather than getting into what we call true reality.
Oh.
How does an airport and a beer drinking and a dress code have to do with the economic development? One of Liberia's need now is and the GSA and the entire government to focus on rebooting our economy, because the economy has totally collapsed. These guys came to power with a zero-term policy. They lost balance. That's why they're just coming out with all kinds of serious issues that does not benefit the Liberian people. That particular idea and the careful regulation is an idea of antiquity. in the modern day society, who will go and determine somebody's dress code? Are you the wife of the man or the husband of the woman that will determine how he or she is going to dress? And that particular idea is very much primitive, and it came from the idea and antiquity. This guy came with a zero ideas to governance, so that's why the ideas that are adopting all kinds of fake and a primitive policy that does not suit the modern day reality. I think they need to really focus on and delivering the Liberian people how they can rescue from the policies that can help the national government to reboot our economy. Our economy has totally collapsed.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. But today's caller, good evening. Keep your calls coming. Oh, man, you're bringing your yeah. I don't care how you feel talking all that BB book. You still do what people know. The country is interesting. Keep pushing together and I tell you no. Hello? Yeah, hello. Today's caller, good evening. But yeah, brother, I'm always okay by God's grace.
Thank you for church. You know, money is doing. I'm going to Socrates full. GST, when I say what GST to be contemplating on the dress code of the workers, because no decent person will be going to work if you regularly for you to go to work. But what GST will be focusing on the betterment of Liberia, what it preached a lot time during the 2023 election, what it shared at least help to impact the Liberian people, what the Liberian people are suffering from, what it came to pass to rescue us. But not to be talking about dress code. Can you imagine neighbors, some people they are born, they can't lower, they can't call their hair, they can be caught.
Now, you got to call it here. I said maybe you never go to our GSA compound. Now, they are not forcing you. If you not visit them, you have no problem.
So what you would say, you still someone how to call their hair. You know, there are some people, they're pushing. Therefore, now it's very essential for Liberia. That's what we'll be discussing. That's what the government will be discussing. And that's what the government will be discussing. The government will be discussing how to improve the life of the Liberian people. Because it was the problem to all the resources we get in the country. They get rid of all Liberians. Liberians, they can feel Liberians. They can't go to go hunger. So I want to make the president preach all it. You never preach all. At least here late, I could just message.
So the people say before you can come out with your anything you want to tell them now, dress well. I think that's what they're trying to say. Dress good. No problem. They will listen. All right, something that will improve our life. And that dress code, no, very interesting. The WhatsApp line is also basic. Those of you who calling on the WhatsApp, you can also do. Let me see someone call it on the WhatsApp back to back. I want to pick this person quickly before another person. Yeah, let me see. Let me go back to the WhatsApp caller. Hello, my dear brother. Good evening. Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Johnson.
Yes, go ahead, my dear brother. Go ahead.
All right, I just have one question. Calling you from Rwanda, Kigali. Will this stop the Morovia city mayor from entering the compound?
Will you buy that trouble?
Photo he got a push here. Will it stop him from entering the compound?
And we'll get camera. That's a good question. I like that. I like the question that you're asking. But we'll get cameras. So now we'll be taking photos, cameras, and back to back. Even we see some government officials entering with any kind of dress code, then we'll post it, and tell them, because anybody that will be entering, as long as you are not an employee, you are also a visitor. Whether you minister or you who and what, you are a visitor. So you got to dress well. But thank you. That's a good question.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. To this caller, good evening. Yes, my dear, we're okay. Thank God for life. My dear, too terrible.
but those are one of the details of war. What was doing was separate, people. So for them to parents born there, they left there, and then they grew up on themselves, and then they are now becoming parents right now. So
no love.
Yeah, so some of them they're not even caring. And so all of these things sometimes we see sometimes these people that are moment to really come down now. This is happy. Take them to the war takes his food. I don't know what that's not because see how the money going. Everybody just moving dollars. And now to that GSA stuff, I don't know what other people at GSA they are not decent people. I don't know. I think they are not decent people because if they were decent people who want to go work and start doing the work, when I come sit down and say, oh, put your hair, don't wear a full suit that or lady should not wear a full that will pass, that will not be a hard for their body. Full suit. So they are not decent people. You know, my brother, those guys, that the good father said that they better know they steal so much, they get confused with stealing, and they will go once more and just ready up and never. Or track suit. That's not what.
Yeah, because even talk about track suit, then I play myself now. I'm not concerned.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But you know, which one now? You tell them maybe not more than
All right. All right, my dear brother. Thank you. Thank you. Keep a course coming. We'll take few more calls. Someone asked as to whether is public. I think it's only for GSA. It's GSA people. They want one. They really want public there. That means even before I even get out of 2FM company, I mean, I have to come my hair with Sabu. Nobody can treat people. What? Nobody can treat people in that. So I have nothing to do to have a GSA compound. Even if I have something to do there, maybe I don't know. But then how a media people even cover your program and what kind of law you can pass the name of people? Like very interesting. They come to interesting me. I love bro. So I think it's only for GSA compound. But let me go to the line and take this call up. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, so GSA out there, that people entering that compound.
Hello, sir. Please move away from. So you said GSA do what?
You see, let me tell you, I work in a public entity. You won't believe that still always stop people because the way they get the income. So we see a entity come up with this kind of regulation. It means they are of them that all the period that people move in, there's any way they get income. So is that when the blue sky they get some regulation?
No, I'm not saying. So what's your take? We say some people are saying some of the regulations are good. And other people they have their take. Also, therefore, some of the track suit. What happened to our track suit?
Let me tell you sometimes people dress and they go in the street that way and they start to go to any public hero. When not prepared to go there, a lot of them maybe they have said so when you go there and they say, oh no, you can't come up with this kind of thing. They mean that that's why you gotta do it the other way. You know, the student will get school. They say, oh, a car. Let me tell you something. Somebody say, oh no, this is who told you? They gotta make that we're gonna get it back. You know that one? Yeah, I suppose the woman when they get it back on the street. For me, my parents teach me as a when I come here, every time we take by the money, take by the people. They have to make a young way that take the money and you have on the street.
All right, Chief. Okay, thank you. So quickly, people, before we go, we have roughly about 5 more minutes. But let me talk about this little child. You know, when they issues. Look, I will say this to most of our women, our mothers, our sisters. You know, we'll take one of these. Maybe we'll do it on Wednesday and discuss the issue of the way we handle children, the way we treat children. You go to the parents of these children or the child or what you may call it. You go there. Go. You go there and tell the parent that give me your child so that your child can stay with me so that I'll be able, you know, to send that child to school. Sometimes some of the things we do is that we forgetting that even that child that is sending to school, they are also contributing even to their school. Hey man, human being. You don't even know these things. You send a child to go and buy you, for example, to buy you soap. You sending that child up and down. You forgetting that they are working? Oh, what do? I don't get some of us the way we think. You don't know that that child is working. You're sending them to go and buy you something. You're sending that child to go and fetch water for you. You also using that child. Some of you that even have businesses to even sell for you. When you insult the child, you make in fact you treat the child. You make the child to feel terrible. Like in fact they don't even deserve any happiness. How we behave, some of us. The cruelty that in us, especially most of our sisters, our women. You have to stop. You have to stop. For me, if I see people even beating on child, I don't know, it can really get to me. No matter what kind of more reason. We pass around a few times. If you go on social media, you see people burning children's hands in the name of the child eat the child eat a corazon, the child eat the cassava, I will keep it for my boyfriend, all kinds of things. If you go on social media, you will see these things. You keep the child hungry. The child go look for food to eat. Then you beat on them. God, Father, the anger that in Liberia is not easy. Everybody get issues. The issue is just too much. Maybe somebody too bad and to poverty people. And some of you who can give your children to people to go and live. No, I'll be bringing it up maybe sometime on this thing. These are all human trafficking, let me tell you. You gave a child to someone years, months, times, without numbers. You don't even go to the places. You don't even go there to check on your child to know how your child doing. Because you don't want to spend money. You see, hey God, I can feel sorry for our country people. You make fun. For example, you make fun every year. But because you don't want to spend 5 cents on your child, so you make it look like poverty is killing you. So because of that, you don't want to even call the person. Some of the people that can go for your children and bring them here, they live in Ziran. The person go for your child up in Tiro, bring your child here. Your child turn to complete slave. You don't know. Some of you don't even know the kind of thing your children are going through. But all you care about because you don't want because you don't want responsibility. That's the thing with some of us parents. We want to be free. You know that the people can say free the bat. You want to be free. You'll be passing around. So you don't care the kind of treatment that child going through. So you don't even care. That child when I enter, taking good care of the child. They enter go there and see the way the aunt or how you may call treating the child. You don't visit. You don't send support. You don't even care. For me, I don't even bow down to all these things. If you want to, I say, no. Let the child stay with you. I will help you. If at school, I will help you. Because most of our people, they're just lazy. They just have the kind of mindset that they just have the children and just send the children out to people. The child live with a kind of emotional stress. Look at what happened to the little girl. Just because the child, they get to a child, playing with another child, and the child fall. You cut the leg finger like that. For God's sake. What kind of wickedness like that? But again, people, that's a society. Thank you all of you. Good night. You know, most of our women, men are able them. Let me be frank. They are the one controlling most of the homes. That's why you see this thing happening. And that's the fact. 98, 90, 95% of our women, they are the one controlling their men. They don't they don't listen to men. She and a man angel. Good night, my people. See you. Yeah, but we're gonna contribute. Good night, people. We see you again on tomorrow by the grace of the Almighty God, which of course will be on Thursday, and we'll come with the Sktv show. Thank you all of you, Robert, and the rest of you. Thank you so much for always being by our side. That's good. That's the best thing to do. So, people, before you go to have a GSA, make sure that you have all of these things. Don't the people said, don't wear them. Please don't do it. Don't wear them. Thank you and good night. I'm Eba Kula. I'm out.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. The welcome and life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make you. I can't Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes, I know money. The more I go, and you love me. The more I go,
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. My soul rather lover and grandmaster.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Pakistan ya tumale, Sktv, ena Pakistan, tosi wako maya tumale.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. My soul rather lover and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who willing to serve. The flesh, that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat to San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.